Welcome all. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. So getting on to the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY on the daily time frame. We're just waiting for this wave here to be over. It's around this 100 fib. I would like to see an A, a B, and a C. A C down, but there's no signs of any reversal on the lower time frames at this stage. H4, we got the 5 up. We do have the bearish divergence as well, but it's still looking very much bullish in here. We may get some sort of a flat in here. Well, it's looking like an A, a B. We get a C up in here and then an A, B, C. May get a running or expanding flat before we get another one up. That'll give us that bearish divergence, and then I'd be looking for a nice impulse down, bearish correction, and a sell setup. AU on the daily. We're getting this C down. We're getting this A, B, and a C. Can come down to this 100 fib like I've mentioned. So yeah, it has broken the ending point of this wave A here, this wave C. So at any time we can start to get a reversal. H4, there's really not much on it. I don't think we don't have bullish divergence or anything at this stage. On the H1, it's looking like we're going to get a flat here as well. It's very choppy in here. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an A, a B, a C in here, and then more downside, we get some sort of a flat here. So if you're looking for the buy on the lower time frames, you'll have to be careful. You'd just be looking for this C up, and if you're lucky, it takes off. But yeah. GU, waiting for this wave C to be over, and then I'll be looking for a buy setup to buy for a larger C up. But at this stage, there really isn't anything on it on the lower time frames. We did have a bear hidden here that I mentioned last week. It's gone down and broken the low. There was a buy set up on this Friday. It was a pretty risky trade, but yeah, we had this in here. Had 3 down in here. And now we get an A, B, C. It may turn motive. Like we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up. If you're not on it, it's going to be hard to get in it if you're not already on it. That's the problem. Yeah. You could probably look for a retracement in here. Like you'd be looking for some sort of a flat, an A, B, C, before we get another one up. And if you look like 1, 2, 3, 4, a fifth wave up, you'd be trading. And then you'll have to be careful, yeah, because it may come down and break that low. EU, nothing's changed on the daily time frame. Waiting for this to be over, and then we get that C up. We are right at this 100 fib here, so it's going to reverse. Should reverse around here. Like I mentioned last week, we never got the fifth wave down, breaking this low. So It is quite difficult at this stage. I would really like to see this low here broken, and then I can start to look for buyers. Um, it's looking corrective as well. This is looking more bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like an A, a B, a C, and then an A, B, C, and then more downside. So yeah, you'll have to be careful with the buys at this stage, in my opinion. And you on the daily, this is right at that 100 fib as well for this C wave, this A, B, C. It's right at that 100 fib. But again, it's there's nothing impulsive. There's no impulse yet. So it's looking very much corrective. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just get a correction in here and then more downside. There's really nothing to buy on it. H1, we did get the 5 down in here and we lost that bullish divergence, like I mentioned. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get larger correction than these over here, which is looks like what we're getting, and then we get more downside. So again, you have to be very careful with the buys. There's really not much on it. Yeah, it's very choppy in here. There's really, I mean, you could look for a buy in here on the lower time frames, but it's just a scalp. Right? Just to go and break that top, you definitely want to be at break even at the break of that top. Um, yeah, there's really not much on it at all. Come on. Yeah. Buy. We're looking for this C up in here. The question is, will it just get to this 100 fib here and then give us that larger C down, or will this keep on going and give us 5 up in here, and then we still get the A, the B, and a C as a larger correction before we get more upside? Or is it just like the A, B, C, and then we get an A, B, C? Well, time will tell. I was looking for a correction into this B wave, and then you could look for a C up. But at this stage, we're still in this A wave. We had the 5 up on the H1, more upside. Um, oh, this is looking very much like a B wave in here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get an A, a B, a C, some sort of a flat, and then we get more upside. So the only way you can really trade this, um, it's very risky to take the sell this C down. I'll be waiting for the C down and then a buy set up on the lower time frames to buy. USD Japan, very similar. We're looking for this C up to this 100 fib. We're waiting for a retracement first, so we're not getting that correction. So again, very similar to GY. I'd be looking for an A, a B, a C, some sort of a flat before I look for more upside. Um, yeah, there's really not much else you can do. USD CAD, it's gone. This is term motive. well, it's been motive for a while, but we're looking at that 1, 2, 3 up to this 161.8. Then we get a wave 4, and then you wave 5 up. H4, we're still in this wave 3, and it's still looking very much bullish up here. So yeah, we may get a larger correction in here on the H1. We got the 5 up in here, lost the divergence. So I just said, we'll get a larger correction than these over here, and then more upside. So again, very similar to the other majors. I dare say we're going to get some sort of a correction in here, and then we get more upside, or more US dollar strength. USD Swiss franc. There's really not much on the daily. We just got an impulse up. So we're waiting for that nice correction in here in this B wave. H4, we've got the 5 up with the bearish divergence, but there's no signs of reversal yet. So I was thinking this may have gone here, like we had an impulse down here. If we hadn't got a correction in there, could have looked for the sell, but it shot straight back up. So this is more like 3 up, like 1, 2, 3 up, breaking the top. Then we get a flat in here before we get an A, B, C, finishing off this wave 5. So yeah, until we get a nice move down in here, a C down, and then a buy setup, there's really not much you can do. Or you can look for trade this C down if you get a nice entry on it. But if you're looking for the sell, you just have to be mindful that it may just be a flat, like an A, B, C in here, and you get more upside. So yeah. EG on the daily, we're only looking for buys. We're only looking for buys. We've got all that bullish divergence. This is very choppy. I was thinking we may get something here. We got the A, B, C down. That this is looking very corrective. It's very much bullish still. We're getting some sort of a flat here. So I'd be looking for an A, a B, C, or this may even turn motive and we get a 5th wave up here. So I would be looking for, a buy setup on the lower time frames, and looking at this as a flat. So if you do get a buy setup on the lower time frames, definitely be worth giving it a shot, because this, like I mentioned, this can turn motive. WTI, like I've been mentioning for a while now, I would really like to see this low here be broken. Instead, we're just in this range in here. Very dangerous. You pretty much got to stay out of this. There's really nothing you can do here. You'd be getting cut to pieces if you're trading this. I was looking for like this A, B, C up to this 100 fib. It did break out, but it still hasn't got there. So something's wrong. It's more bearish. So yeah, there's really not much you can do on this pair at the moment, or this instrument. It just, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets up to this 100 fib. We get a move up here, but it looks like it's going to be very choppy. It virtually takes you out. You know, So yeah, there's really not much to do on WTI at this stage. Looking at gold, waiting for this wave 4, and then we get that wave 5 up. You can see what I'm looking at here. We're looking for this C up in here to finish off this B wave, and then we get the larger C down. It is starting to give a bullish setup in here, a possible bullish setup. We really need the setup itself though. Looking at this flat in here, if we get a bullish setup in here, definitely could look for at least a C up, and if you're lucky, you get that larger C up. But you do have to be careful because we're getting that bearish divergence in here. We do have a bull hidden in here, so definitely if you get a bullish setup on the lower time frames, you definitely can look for it. At this stage, there really isn't much at all. We didn't get a nice impulse up, like it's more corrective. Get another one down in here, and then a nice bullish setup, and I'd be looking for the buy. Silver, we got the 5 up, like I've mentioned many times before. It only got up to that 123.6. We're looking for this ABC down in here on the lower time frame. We got that, and any buy setup you get, you can pretty much look for a buy. Again, this may be a flat here. Looks very much like a flat. So yeah, we just need something to buy on the lower time frame. A nice impulse up, a bullish setup, and we can look for at least 3 up. Bitcoin, we're waiting for this wave 4. It looks like we're getting this wave 4 now. Looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, wave 5. H4, we got the 5 up as well. We're looking for a sell. We got a nice impulse down. May get another one up in here. Excuse me. Get another one up in here, and then get like at least 3 down. That looks like a B wave. So I'd be looking at like some sort of WXY, X2, and a Z up in here as a complex correction before we get that C down at this stage. But yeah, any sell setup you get, you definitely can look for that larger C down. S&P 500, I've just been mentioning, pretty much staying out of this until we get a sell set up. This is looking very corrective. I'm really waiting for a C down, like an A. Looking at all this as a B, and we get a C down. Until we get that C down, you pretty much can't really buy this anymore. We're getting all that bearish divergence as well. So on all the time frames, this is looking like a flat here. Get an A, B, C. Got an impulse up. So if you very risky, but you could look for a buy. If you get a bullish setup in here, a correction, and then a bullish setup, you could look to buy just to break the top. But it's really just scalping and quite dangerous at this stage, especially when we look at the H1. It's more of a sell. We got a bear hidden here, so yeah. If you got a sell setup in here, a bearish setup and a sell setup, you could definitely look to go and break that low, and it might be an opportunity to get into a sell at the top of the market. AU200 looking for downside, but again, we're just not getting that downside. Getting all the bearish divergence. We do have a nice impulse down in here, an impulse up. So I'd be looking for, if we get three up in here, then I'd be looking for a larger C down, an A, B, C. But I dare say we'll get some sort of a correction in here, another one up, or it may even be five up, and then I'll be looking for that larger C down. The FTSE still looking very much bullish. Excuse me. We did get that three down in here, and I was looking for this to go, get a correction and go. It never did. But overall, this is still very much bullish. There's really not much you can do on it, though. It'd be cutting you to pieces like trading it. It has broken the low here, has it? I think it's a double bottom. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can do. Uh, you know, yeah, it's looking bullish. I'd be more interested in looking for buys, but yeah, very dangerous. Lastly, the DAX. Overall, we're getting bearish divergence, but yeah, H4, we're getting a bull hidden here, so you have to be very careful with the sell. We're getting that bull hidden there, so it looks like it may have given you some sort of a buy setup on the lower time frame on Friday. Uh, mm, yeah, sort of looks like a flat in here. So if you got a bullish setup in here, get a correction in here on the lower time frames, you could look to buy at least for an A, B, C up. And if you're lucky, it takes off. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy your weekend and your New Year's Eve, and I'll see you out there next week.